Spencer Jones here with another episode of the Jonesin 4 show for you. And today's topic, it's one that, we all have to deal with, and hopefully the suggestions I offer can help you get through this a little bit easier. So, what am I talking about? Yeah, heck, you probably already know because you read the title of this, but it's remaining positive in those tough situations, right? When you are in a moment or in a time in your life where you are struggling hard, life is tough, or either one, you're having a tough conversation, right? You're having a conversation with someone that hurt you, and you're feeling all the feels. You have those emotions. How can you stay calm? How can you still be positive? And how can you have that conversation? So today is all about remaining positive in those tough times. And I have 3 ways to help you in general situations, and then we're going to really just niche down and talk about when you're discussing a tough subject or when you're talking with the person who hurt you. And I have 5 different ways to help you there. So, with all of this stuff, know that you are not alone. You are not alone in going through tough times. We all have gone through tough times. Every single person on the face of the earth has gone through a tough time. Now, someone else's tough time might not look like yours. I doubt that they would, right? We might have similar stories, but a lot of those battles that we fought, a lot of those stressful times, they're for us and us alone. And sometimes people have gone through tough times that they view as a tough time that when we would look at it, we go, oh my gosh, you had life easy. What's going on? But for them, that was a tough time. They struggle with it. So know that regardless of who you are or where you are in life, we all go through tough times. We have before and we will. But when those tough times happen, we don't need to let it get us down. We don't need to let it just drain us and be grumpy folks about it, right? We don't need to worry or be stressed. We could still be positive. We could still be that light that I know you are, that I know you can be and are to the world. So, how can you remain positive when life seems to have taken a crap all over you and you're struggling? How can you do that? Well, first strategy to help you with it is look for the positives. If you've listened or watched my show at all before, you've probably heard me say, if you listened to a handful of episodes, you've probably heard me say at least once, look for the positives. When you look for the positives, you are looking for the good things, right? The positives in life. It could be in that situation. It could be in even other situations or just positives of the day. Because when you are in the thick of it, when you are struggling, there's so much negativity on you, right? Negative energy weighing you down. You're feeling stressed, you're feeling anxious, you're feeling worried, you're afraid, all these different feelings and emotions. But if you could find those positives, oh man, that could be like this little lifeline, right? I also think about look at the gratitudes. What am I grateful for? So what am I grateful for personally? I look at that time and find those. But then I also look outward and say, what are the positives in this situation? Specifically, I ask myself, how can this experience, this bad, negative experience, this tough time, how can it help another person? How can I learn from this situation to help another? So I'm turning it, I'm twisting it around and going, okay, I'm not making it about me. Instead, I'm making it about other people. How can I use this situation to improve the world? Then I also look at it and go, how can I grow? Because I'm not saying that something's not right with me, but I need to grow. This is an opportunity to grow, right? All hard times allow us to grow. So let's grow. But how can we do it? What in this situation specifically can help me do that? So I'm looking for those positives, right? And I consider those positives. How can I help another person? That's a positive. How can I grow? That's a positive. Now notice I said, how can I grow and not what's wrong with me? How could I be so stupid? I didn't say that because that's a negative. I'm using my language very wisely because our minds and brains listen to the words we say, even the words we think. So we want to be positive about it. So how can you grow? Frame it in a positive way, and you are already leaps ahead of a person saying it in the negative way or even thinking of it in a negative way. The second strategy to help you through a tough time is to remember it's not going to last. It's not going to last. That tough time that you are going through right now, while it sucks, and I want you to get through it as quickly as possible so you can learn and grow what you need to, know that it's not going to last. It probably going to be longer than you want it to be. Okay, accept that, but it's not going to last. Look at your past. Take a moment and reflect. You have survived. Yeah, you have survived 100% of those tough times. 100% you have survived. Sure, you might have got your knees nicked a little bit, got little cuts and bruises along the way, but you survived. You made it. How awesome is that? The fact that you made it, you survived, you persevered. You made it through those tough days. Remember that and know that this tough time, it's not going to last. So for me, when I'm going through a tough time, I look for the positives and then I remember it's not going to last. And then the third strategy I do to help myself get through a tough time is I breathe and I focus on the present moment. Now, when I say breathe, I mean we're always breathing, right? We're staying alive. Sometimes we hold our breath, but overall we breathe. Yay, go you, go us. Yay, humans, we breathe. But when I'm saying breathing here, I'm talking about really being centered on it, focusing on your breath, being deliberate, breathing in through the nose, a nice slow, long, calming breath, and out through your nose or mouth, your choice. But I allow myself to breathe and allow my mind to calm down and just become present. So I focus on my breath because my breath is present. It's happening in that moment. Then I can focus on other things happening in that moment. It can be stuff that pertains to that situation, but it doesn't have to be. The key thing to remember is to stay present. Because many times when we start feeling anxious, we think, oh, we have to do this. Oh, we have to do this. Oh, I can't believe this happened. Or we're dwelling in the past. I can't believe I said that. I can't believe they did this. Forget those for the moment. Come back to the present moment. Come back to the present moment. That's going to help reduce your blood pressure. That's going to bring you a calmer mind so you can focus and deal with the things that need to be dealt with. But breathe and just focus on being present. It could be for 30 seconds. And it could change the entire trajectory of that situation for you. Seriously, just breathe. So the three main strategies that I use when I'm having a tough time, when I am in the thick of it, I'm struggling, is I look for the positives. I look for my gratitudes as well, right? My gratitudes, my positives. And with that, I look for how can this situation help others? How can the things that happen here benefit other people? And how can I grow? How does this situation help me become a better human being? Second strategy is to remember it won't last. You survive 100% of those tough days beforehand. You will survive this. Keep going. Keep persevering. You got this. You will survive. And then the third strategy is to breathe, to become present in the moment, to focus on the here and now. Not the then and not the future. I'm not sure, right? Not past or future, but present moment. Focus on that. Breathe. Use that breath to help bring you to that present moment. So you can focus, so you can clear your mind, reduce your blood pressure, slow down your heart, and just release some of that stress and tension you feel. Okay, so these are three strategies when you're going through a tough time, right? And if you're struggling, I'm happy to help you. We're here to reach out. The Spencer's Energies Hub is here for you. We have communities to help you. But if you truly are struggling really hard, I strongly advise you to go see a therapist. I've seen one and it is amazing. They helped me on my journey so much more than even some of my good friends who are amazing at therapy style conversations. It wasn't the same as going to a therapist. They gave me the tools and strategies I needed to help me get through it. So if you are truly struggling, please, please, please see someone who can help you. We're here to help you and guide you, but we're not therapists. So see someone if you need it, because they will be there to help. Okay, so now let's say you're having a tough time, you're in a tough situation, and you have to have a tough conversation with someone else, right? Someone who hurt you, or someone who it's just making this a difficult and tough conversation. 5 quick strategies to help you have an effective conversation, because you have to converse with them. Maybe you have to reconcile it. Maybe you just have to live with that person. Maybe you just have to keep going through and work with that person or whatever, right? You still have to be around them. But you got to take care of this thorn, this issue that is pressing. So 5 ways to do it. And while I say, 5 easy things to do, they're easy to say, but they're harder to do. Like so much from what we talk about, right? It's harder to do, but it is doable. And it makes a huge difference. I'll tell you from personal experience, this changed my relationships. Changed it drastically, and it's so incredible. Okay, first strategy to help you when you're having a tough conversation is be understanding. Be understanding about their opinion. You might not agree with their point or with where they stand or their topic. Like, you might not agree, but you could be understanding about it. Let them explain. Let them explain why they did what they did, why they said what they did, why this whole thing happened. Let them explain their side. So many times we just don't feel like we're being heard. So listen and just be understanding. Don't jump to conclusions. And that ties in with the second part, or second strategy, is to not judge them. Don't judge them. Even if you feel they have done you wrongly, which then you're judging them, but don't judge them. Think about it. If my wife and I were arguing, and she brought up, oh, Spencer, you da-da-da-da-da-da-da, I'm not going to judge her. I'm not going to judge her for the words she said, for the actions she said, before, after, or myself, right? I can hold myself accountable for things. I'm not saying that it's a free and clear pass, but I'm saying don't judge them, especially in that conversation. Be understanding. And 2, don't judge. Because you are not in that position. You're not in those shoes. You haven't lived their life, right? Even if it was the exact same situation, you have not lived their life. So don't judge. It's hard to do, but it makes life so much easier. 3, the third strategy is to share your feelings via an I statement. So this is something I pulled from when we were when I was an educator, right? And I was teaching. We used I statements, and they taught, especially with younger kids, but it's the same thing for adults, because they taught it to adults too, to use I statements. And I remember when I first heard this, I was rolling my eyes going, this is ridiculous, this is stupid, who does this? And then I started teaching, and then I went, oh, this makes a huge difference. And then I started doing it in my personal life, and wow, what a difference this has made. So what I mean by share my feelings, it's not saying, like, you did me wrong, I can't believe it, I'm angry, I'm pissed that you did da-da-da-da-da. No. It is, I'm feeling angry because of this. I am feeling upset. It's almost like an affirmation, like an I am statement, but it's not an affirmation, right? You're just stating, I'm feeling upset right now. I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling frustrated. Or I'm feeling sad. I'm happy. And you could leave it there, or, your statement made me feel angry. The way you talked to me just then really hurt my feelings. Those are different versions of the I statement. So you're just sharing your thoughts. You're sharing your feelings. You're not judging them, but you're letting them know where you are and how that situation affected you. So remember to be understanding, don't judge, And then use I statements. So you're not blaming them, you're not pointing fingers, you're just stating your feelings, your thoughts. Then the fourth strategy kind of ties in with what I mentioned earlier, and that is to actively listen to them. How many times do people get mad at us, or do we get mad at other people, or frustrated, or sad, or whatever, because we feel they did not listen to us, that we were not heard. Our opinion, our thoughts were not heard. Man, Katie and I are just watching a reality TV show, MasterChef, because we love Gordon Ramsay. But besides that, one of the members was talking about, oh, my voice isn't heard. They didn't hear me at all. If we did this, we would have won. Regardless of that last statement, okay, his voice wasn't heard, and that caused him to be angry. Okay, well, guess what? That doesn't just happen on reality TV shows. That happens to all of us. If we don't feel we're heard, we can get angry, we get irritated, we can get sad, the whole gamut, right, of emotions. So actively listen. So whoever you are having this conversation with, listen to them. And not just passively listen, like, okay, get it off your chest, blah, 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 blah. Actively listen. Listen to the words. Look at them. Nod your head. Acknowledge that you heard them. So actively listen. So they're being heard. And hopefully, they'll do the same thing for you. You can't force it. Then if they don't, you could use it. I said, I'm feeling hurt that you're not listening to me like I listen to you. All right. And remember, be understanding, don't judge. If they don't do it, okay. And this now goes into the fifth and final strategy I'll share with you when you are going through a tough time. And that is, know that your joy and happiness does not come from anyone else. Your happiness, your joy, your energy is not dependent on anyone or anything except you. It's what you allow it to be. So if you allow another person to drain your energy, well, then you're going to feel drained. But it doesn't have to be. You don't have to feel drained. You don't have to feel angry or upset because someone didn't listen to you. Again, be understanding. Don't judge. And then let it go. Know that your happiness does not need to come from them. It comes from you. You and the positives you find. You and the love you offer yourself. Know that you are strong and you are amazing, and your joy and happiness comes from you and not outside people or outside things or situations or whatever. It comes from you. Again, all of these things, all 5 of these things are easier said than done. But if you start taking them on and you start doing them when you have these tough conversations, heck, even any conversation, you're going to see that conversation improve. You're going to feel better. The other people are going to feel better. Heck, take 1 or 2 of these and you'll start to see improvements. You do all 5 and your improvements with conversing with other people is going to go way, way, way up. It's going to be awesome. And then when those tough situations arise, you'll be able to navigate those conversations better. You're going to come out of those tough conversations feeling better for yourself, but also it's just going to be a better conversation where you can get to the root of the problem, have an honest discussion about it, and resolve it, or know where you're going to go next. Once you start yelling, once you start throwing in all the emotions and feelings into it, and you just get it all messed up, that's when things blow up. That's when things go out of control or get out of control. But if you be understanding, if you don't judge them, you share your feelings versus an I statement. You're not blaming. It's like, I feel, I'm this, right? Your thought made me feel, whatever. You actively listen to them and know that your happiness is not dependent on them. Whether they win or they lose or whatever, it needs to come from you. So that's huge. Hard, but such a big thing. So I hope that you have some tools now, some strategies to help you through a tough time, a tough moment, a tough situation in your life, and when you're having those difficult conversations. Because as I said earlier, we all go through this. We all do. Every single person on the face of the earth has gone through a tough time. We have, and sadly we will again. But you take these strategies and implement them. Start honing them in and practicing them now, so when that tough situation comes up, when that tough conversation or situation, whatever it is, comes up, you'll be ready to take it on and navigate it well. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening and watching this. However you are consuming, I appreciate all of you. If you could do me a huge favor, I would love it if you could subscribe to the show. And I would love to know your thoughts about this episode. This is a different one for us. So let me know your thoughts. You can send me an email at spencer@spencermjones.com, or you can hit me up on social media, message me, and heck, even share the show out with others, because how many people could use these tips? How many other people can really learn how to go through a tough time? And you could share it with them. That'd be pretty cool. All right. Thank you so much for being here, for listening. I appreciate you, and I hope you have an incredible day, because remember, you are awesome. You are amazing. And I can't wait to chat with you in our next episode. So until then, I'll catch y'all later. Hey everyone, Spencer Jones, and I'm sorry to butt in like this, but I'll keep this really short and sweet. I want to help you live your life to the max. I want to help you chase your passions to get the most out of life. And I wrote a book to help you do that. It's my latest book. It's called Chase Your Passions. It's available on Amazon, and I know it can help you change your life and help you live your life to the max. It's basically in the book, I walk you through how to create the ultimate roadmap to success. Whatever that success looks like for you, it walks you through it. Everybody has a different roadmap, because everybody's dream, everybody's goal is different. So everybody's roadmap is going to be different. But this book helps you, guides you in creating your personal roadmap to success. So folks, don't delay. Get on Amazon and just look up Chase Your Passions. I put Spencer Jones in there too, just to be safe, so it pulls up right away. Or go to my website, spencermjones.com, and get your copy of it today. And heck, get the Priorities of Practice journal with it, because that companion journal, that makes it that much sweeter. All right, folks, thanks for listening. I told you I'd keep it short and sweet. Catch you soon.